Welcome to today's talk. Again, I want to give another little story today, and I've talked a little bit about it, but it's about Jesus Christ. And I love the way he teaches in parables and everything, but what was his first sermon? It was Sermon on the Mount, right? And what was the first part of that sermon? I would think that if the Son of God was beginning his mortal ministry, that probably the first few words out of his mouth are going to probably be some of the most important, right? And what are the first words out of Christ's mouth? The Beatitudes, right? There's 8 verses. And I wasn't that familiar with that word Beatitudes, but in Japanese, literally translate to 8 blessings. And the message of that is that be thankful. First and foremost, just be thankful for all your blessings. And of those 8 Beatitudes, 4 of them, as I counted quickly, 4 of them are actually blessings, and 4 of them are not really blessings, they're kind of trials. So the message, Christ's first 8 verses or 9 verses out of his Sermon on the Mount are saying, be thankful. Have a feeling of thankfulness for your blessings and for your trials. And that means for everything. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. For that, by that song by, I saw him in concert. The guy that sang that song, I can't think of his name right now, but don't worry, be happy. That is essentially the message of Christ's gospel at the very beginning, right? And with that kind of an attitude, man, life is difficult. It's in one sense, it's a endless chain of trials and blessings, and the trials are blessings too. Oh my heavens, it's hard to see it sometimes when we're in the middle of the trial. But and I've said this before, but I feel that so much with my stroke. How is it a blessing? How could that possibly be seen as a blessing? First and foremost, it was a wake-up call. I'm now taking my health and my diet and my exercise seriously. I'm doing these daily walks, doing my daily 2 for 3 for 4 for, or I try to use my valuable time and by accomplishing 3 and 4 things at the same time. And I'm doing that now as I make a YouTube video, get my exercise, probably some certain amount of therapy by doing this. But I'm telling you, I'm just overwhelmed with thankfulness for everything. So in that sense, it has been a blessing. And because of it, I may add 10 years or 20 years to my life. I don't know, and I want to add quality years, but so think about that, everybody. If you were the Son of God and you're giving your first sermon in your mortal ministry, wouldn't you put the most important message at the beginning? You know, people are going to drop off as time goes by. Oh, my friend likes to mention the Monty Python's Life of Brian, where the people in the back listening to Christ's Sermon on the Mount couldn't quite hear, right? I said, blessed are the what? Blessed are the cheesemakers. Yeah, the further we get away from Christ, we lose the message or part of the message, or so that should be our focus. Anyways, I don't want to make this too preachy, but it's a great old lesson I've learned, and let's hope I don't forget it. Many lessons we have to learn, forget, learn, forget, learn, forget. It's like learning Japanese. You learn hiragana, katakana in 30 minutes each, but then in 24 hours, about half of it you've forgotten, right? You have to keep coming back to it. That's why we go to church every Sunday, because humans are forgetful. I'll never forget a Japanese boss I had at Honda. He says, "What's the matter with you people? Can't you remember? Why do you have to go to church every Sunday? You can't, from week to week, you can't remember what the gospel is, or something to that effect. Why do you have to go every week?" But yeah, humans are forgetful, and also it's a great place to. Yeah, I may be, if all fine and well, therefore I don't need to go to church, I may think, but there's somebody that needs me, right? There's somebody at church that needs that greeting from me, needs to be uplifted because of something I could say. Yeah, there's great wisdom in all of this, and I just hope we can all learn that sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm gonna get run over, but yeah, church is not a gathering of people who are completely well, right? It's a hospital kind of for people that need all kinds of help, and people who can give all kinds of help, and then maybe on other things they receive help. So it's a great thing, and I just so enjoy spending time with my church family, and rubbing shoulders with those folks, good people. And yeah, that's today's talk and thoughts for today. Like, yes, I normally would be embarrassed that I'm kind of getting emotional, but I don't know. Since my stroke, just emotions are on the surface. I can hardly get through. I'm a translator at churches. We go to Japanese church, and speaker may speak in English or may speak in Japanese, and I'm one of the translators. But lately, I've got back to doing it. But man, my emotions are so just close to the surface. It's hard to get through anything. But What's I going to say about that? Oh yeah, yeah. I joke around with people. I say, you know, I got this from some comedian. I can't remember who, but I'm so emotional lately. I cry at the grand openings of supermarkets. It's so embarrassing. I'm a head crier at church. Oh my, it's so bad. I remember when we were younger parents and had young kids, there were certain members of the stake presidency, it's like the diocese in my church, who they'd get up and give a talk, and 5 seconds into it, they're crying. And we'd joke about that, saying, "Oh, today's crier is." I'd like to announce the next crier. Our next crier is. But, anyways, it's all good. It's nothing better than messages from the heart. Anyways, welcome to today's talk. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.